Now, talking about being late, I am late today, but there's no excuse, a good excuse for being late doing the Lord's work, but I am off today and I'm trying to get some flooring laid in my pain cave so I can get my bike and everything put back in out of the garage and get everything put back together. So I got in the midst of putting glue down this morning and just forgot to do my devotional, and I apologize for that. But we will get on with it, and then I can get back to, hopefully my glue will be dry, and I can get back to laying some flooring and get my pain cave put back together. Today is June the 18th. It's Thursday. It says, ready for every good work. If you keep yourself pure, you will be a special utensil for honorable use. Your life will be clean, and you will be ready for the Master to use you for every good work. That's 2 Timothy 2:21. God uses all kinds of people. He uses people from all different races, ages, stages of life, backgrounds, and personality types. God will use vessels that are plain or fancy, big or small, but there is one kind of vessel that God will not use. He won't use a dirty one. You don't have to be perfect to be used by God, but He wants you to be clean on the inside. How do you become clean for God? The answer is confession. Confession means to admit your sins to God. It's not about bargaining. I'll never do it again. It's not about bribing. I promise to read the Bible every day if you'll forgive me. Confession puts down pride, picks up humility, and says, God, I was wrong. That may seem too simple to you, but grace is simple. Take time this week to sit down with a pen and a pad and a paper and write, God, what's wrong in my life? Show me. Then when God gives you an idea, write it down. The first time you do this, it may feel like you are writing a book, but make a list and then write 1 John 1:9 over it and say, God, I admit this to you. These are wrong. I do not want them in my life. Ask God to cleanse your life. He will forgive you. Stop hanging on to your guilt. Instead, give it to God. I think it's good for us to admit our failures. We all have met folks, and we all have been folks that we didn't want to admit we were wrong. We didn't want to admit that we made mistakes. But I found out in this old life that I've lived, when we admit our mistakes, it's not as painful as we might think. I've made a ton of mistakes in my life. There's some things that you can't correct. You can't go back and change what you did or change anything about it. But God will forgive you, and God will help you. All the great men of the Bible made mistakes. The great leaders in the Bible made mistakes. Great leaders make mistakes. But we have to ask God to forgive us and help us to do better and help us to grow from our mistakes. We grow from our mistakes. We grow from our achievements. We grow in every aspect of our life if we'll just pay attention and apply those things to our life. Forgive me for being late today. I will try to do better tomorrow, but I hope that you have a great day. I hope that God blesses your life today, and I will see you tomorrow.